All right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the one and only Wrestling Otaku channel. Of course, your personification of excellence on YouTube and YWC. We're the best reviews wrestling in your three-time YWC channel of the year. And I'm back here. It is officially Sunday night, Sunday, January the 12th of 2025. So hope you all are having a good weekend. Hope for those of you who follow the NFL, we are in the midst of the playoffs. We got the wild card, of course, wild card weekend. One game just wrapped up. The nightcap game wrapped up with the Commanders going over on the Buccaneers. We got one game left tomorrow on Monday. And then, of course, it's on to divisional weekend. I already talked about the Ravens, in their wild card matchup they played last night on Saturday, beating the Pittsburgh Steelers, eliminating the Steelers, and they will move on next week to play against the Bills on the road. It will be the 3-seed Ravens playing at the 2-seed Bills. So we'll see what happens in that matchup. And so the divisional race, the divisional round takes place next weekend, and the playoffs continue. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, I want to go ahead and make this video because I've been meaning to do some content for a while. And as I've told you guys, if you're noticing the quality, the camera, it's kind of, the lighting is kind of, I can even see it here on my phone, like when I'm recording this. The camera, like if you're wondering why the lighting is like that and why it's like that, it's because I'm using a different phone. It's a little bit of a lesser standard quality than the usual phone that I use. But again, the phone that I used to use, the camera phone that I used before, I can no longer use it. I'll have to end up getting another one at some point. That'll probably take some time, but I still wanted to do content. So you'll just have to bear with the, I guess, lower quality, lower resolution videos that I'll be producing. But hopefully you guys can still hear me all right. But I want to go ahead and make this video because there's a news story that I caught wind of a few days ago. I think yesterday, day before, that honestly, well, to put it bluntly, disappointed me. Greatly disappointed me. And I'm sure a lot of you all feel the same way. So let's get into it here. So there was news in regards to the Vince McMahon trial. Let me face palm right fucking now. Because honestly, this news is honestly not what I want to fucking hear. But, so, as you guys know, there was a big investigation in regards to Vince McMahon, dating back to 2022, with all the hush money payments and all the stuff that the Wall Street Journal came out with. And big thing, obviously, you all know the story. We all know the story by now. And as a result, Vince McMahon was inevitably ousted from the company. He has been completely blacklisted, blackballed, if you will, from WWE, and for the greater good, obviously. And he is in the midst of a lawsuit, a personal lawsuit in regards to the whole Janelle Grant situation. We all know the details of that. I've spoken on this in video previously on my original channel. But you all should know the details of that by now. But anyway, so there was a mass investigation, a government or federal investigation in regards to these hush money payments. Also, obviously linked to the Janelle Grant lawsuit and all that kind of stuff. So the quote findings of that investigation came out recently, and it basically stated, and I know I read it in the report, and I know F4W Online, the Wrestling Observer made a video about it, and they talked about it. I'm not going to get into all the technicalities and shit. I'm just going to summarize it. Basically, they found that Vince McMahon he made some payments from years ago and he never reported it, or it was never reported to the auditor or some shit. So it was basically a situation of Vince McMahon has been ordered to pay WWE in the amount of $1.3 million to cover the hush money payments that he didn't report in the in WWE's like finances or whatever the fuck that year. And also on top of that, I believe they also mentioned that in regards to the Janelle Grant. I'm not sure if it was the Janelle Grant lawsuit or if it was something else. But he was also ordered to pay out $400,000 in regards to that. So it was at the end of the day, Vince McMahon is after everything that we heard, all the stories, all the speculation, all the talk of, this thing coming out, that thing coming out, mass investigation, federal investigation, possible jail time, all that shit, and everything that we've been hearing for the last several years since this thing first came out. And all Vince McMahon has to do is pay $1.7 million. Out of all that all the findings and all the investigations that were taking place. And that's all he has to do. Just pay Just pay this amount, and that's fucking it. So, basically what you're telling me is that this motherfucker gets off with just pretty much, I can't slap my own hand, but I was gonna, because I'm using one hand to hold the camera. But he basically gets, I'll do that, a slap on the wrist, pretty much. That's it. Fucking 2 years, 2.5, however long it was. It's 2025, so this came out in like mid 2022, so about 2.5 years worth of investigation, worth of stories, all that kind of shit that came out. All the horror stories about what he did with Janelle Grant and the text messages and the lawsuits and all this kind of stuff. And not to mention, the Ring Boy scandal. And he's apparently being sued on that as well. He and WWE are being sued on that as well. That wasn't mentioned here. I imagine we'll hear something about that later on. But after all of that, all he has to do is pay a measly $1.7 million. No jail time, no injunction, no nothing. Just slap on the wrist. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This motherfucker gets off again. Again. And doesn't get punished for his fucking actions. He gets off with a fucking little, oh yeah, you just pay this and then that's it. Case closed. And yes, they announced afterwards that the case was officially closed. So, needless to say, I'm pissed off. Or needless to say, I'm disappointed in hearing that. And I'm sure a lot of other people are too. And I'm sure the Janelle Grant camp and her lawyers and everything aren't exactly thrilled about that either. Because I'm sure that they wanted more than just what ultimately this ended up being. So, I think I could pretty much sit here and say that justice was not served in this regards, because this motherfucker is going to walk out yet again with nothing. No jail time, no fucking punishment, no being held accountable for his actions. He just gets off fucking basically scot-free. And it's sickening. It's honestly sickening. Justice was not served here. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, Vince McMahon later basically puts out his own statement, a press release statement, what the fuck ever. Basically saying blah, 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 I'm glad this is over, blah, blah, blah. I'm glad that I can move on from this, or I'm past this, or some shit that he's fucking saying. The usual fucking PR bullshit that these people do with their public statements. It's like, yeah, you get to move on from it because you get off scot-free fucking again. And that's a problem with this goddamn country. That's a problem with the fucking justice system in this damn country. They don't hold people like this accountable. They don't hold the rich and wealthy douchebags who do shit like this accountable. That's how broken this fucking justice system in this country is. It's ridiculous, man. So he gets off again. He gets off with nothing. He gets off with no major punishment whatsoever. No nothing. No major charges, no jail time, no nothing. Just pay $1.7 million, that's it. Then you're good to go. Fucking bullshit. This man should be in prison for the remainder of his fucking days, just on the Janelle Grant shit alone. Not to mention the Ring Boy stuff, the Ashley Mazzaro stuff, the Rita Chatterton stuff, all the stuff that we haven't even heard about. Because he basically fucking put it under wraps because he had people sign NDAs and shit. That's what the whole hush money shit was about in the first place. And I guess nobody's going to come out now because it would be violating the NDA and all that bullshit. But I can honestly say I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all about this shit. I'm not fucking happy that this man gets off again with a slap on the wrist. It's a fucking travesty. It's a fucking miscarriage of justice. But that's this goddamn country for you. I mean, look who we got fucking coming in the White House in another week or so. Look who you voted for. That alone is a fucking travesty of justice. And you just know, and guess what, by the way? Guess what? That individual who's going to be running, who's going to be put into office in another week, he and Vince are fucking like this. He and Vince are buddies. He and Vince are fucking real tight. They're close. They're longtime friends. Fucking Donald Trump has made appearances in WWE and all that shit. No, they're in good with each other. They're buddies. So you know that with this whole shit going on, when Donald Trump won that fucking election, I just know fucking Vince was elated and overjoyed about that shit. Because you know why? Because he's going to fucking, as soon as that motherfucker takes office, you know Vince is going to be giving him a fucking call. You know he's going to be calling him up. He's going to be like, yeah, hey Donald, what's going on? Yeah, I got a little, I'm involved in a little legal trouble right now, so can you help me out? Yeah, give me one of those pardons, pal. That's what he's going to be doing. He's going to call up Donald Trump, and he's going to get his ass a fucking pardon. Because that's what Donald Trump and these corrupt ass politicians in fucking power do. They give pardons to other pieces of shit. Yeah, give me a pardon, pal. Yeah, help a brother out. I can see fucking Vince saying some shit like that. Help a brother out. Help a homie out. Fucking do-rag Vince. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so that's the story. Vince McMahon gets off again with nothing. Gets off scot-free again. And people are celebrating this bullshit. But to the people who celebrate this bullshit, you all can go straight to fucking hell. Just like Vince McMahon can go straight to fucking hell. When he dies, and it's going to happen inevitably, hopefully sooner rather than later, he will indeed rot in hell for his fucking crimes. So, that's really all I got to say about that bullshit. So, yeah, so there you go. There you go. Another miscarriage of justice. Justice was not served in this situation. And I don't know if there's going to be anything else, because they didn't really state in the report. It just talked about this specific thing. I don't know if there's going to be any other, I don't know if there's any further investigation or any further charges or lawsuits, whatever. I know, again, I mentioned the Ring Boys thing. That hasn't been resolved yet. But we'll see. But for now, from what it appears, the motherfucker's going to get off again. He's going to get off, no consequences, again. And it's sickening. It's sickening. Makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Man should be rotting in prison for the rest of his miserable life. Anyway, that's pretty much what I got to say about that. That's my stance on it. That's the story that I want to talk about here. So that's pretty much all I got to say on that. You guys should know my feelings. I pretty much expressed them, within the last, how long I've had this video, 12 minutes going. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on it. So thank you for watching this little video. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Leave a comment. Give me your thoughts on the story. What do you think about it? What are your thoughts on it? What's your take on the whole thing? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support you get. With that being said, it's pretty much going to do it, man. So thanks for watching. More content to come. And again, I will try as quickly as I can to get this whole phone situation sorted out. Hopefully at some point I'll get a new smartphone, a new camera with a better quality, camera, so I can do, the high quality videos I used to do previously. So hopefully that'll be coming very soon. Hopefully, I'd say within the next few weeks, if not the next month or so. But anyway, that's all I got to say for that. So thank you for watching once again. Till next time, this has been the rest of Otaku. Until my next video, signing off for now. See you guys later. Have a good one. Have a good rest of your weekend. And peace.